What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at base R9. So we have got obviously the 94 done, we've got the 96, and now we've got the 90. Considered the not so good version compared to obviously the 94 and the 96, which is understandable because I think everybody knows the 94, 96 mid, prime and prime moments is unreal. But the question is his 90? We've obviously going to take a deep dive into obviously his stats between his base, mid and prime right at the end, so definitely stay tuned for all of that. If you do all enjoy, make sure you do like and subscribe down below, and let's get into it. So, 4-star, 4-star. R9, 90 rated, we've got medium, still obviously 6 foot, he's got the finesse shot trait, and unfortunately that is it. And in terms of stats, pace wise, again, still looking absolutely fantastic, great finishing on him. Shooting wise, compared to obviously the other two versions, are a little bit different. Obviously, again, we'll look at the in-games between the two of them just to see how different we're looking, but we're always considered that the base R9 is decent, but only for so long. To be fair to him, he's still 1.5 mil, which is definitely still a very high price. His name will always carry a very good weight on him, and I'm interested to see how well this card can do. I think we have looked at him in the past in a few FIFAs, and you can definitely tell the difference between the base, mid and prime. The mid and the prime definitely a little bit less. Them two pretty are solid, whereas the base does come in that little bit lower. So the question is, how much lower? So let's jump into him. See if he's worth A, the coins, and B, are you going to get the best Ronaldo, or do you settle for the base? R9 takes the hit, we're looking back from him. Martial with the ball inside. Cancelo dealing with him very easily there. Martial puts him in, looking for that right foot, hits that sweet spot, and that is R9. For me, his shooting, finishing is just sublime on everything. You definitely can tell the movements are a little bit less with him in terms of obviously the kind of the agility side of stuff. His prime and mid both just run past defenders like absolute butter. Whereas I think his base just takes that little bit extra time to kind of get going. Whereas obviously his finishing, I feel like that for every version is just absolutely phenomenal. That is always what you get with this card, regardless of kind of the other stats. They're extra bonuses, whereas I think with the base, you're still getting that absolute key finisher in front of goal, most definitely. And I think the best thing is with him is he can do it pretty much across the board. He's just generically very good at shooting, like a lot of strikers. Don't get me wrong, there is quite a few that now have finishing that is very hard to kind of really make a mistake on, really. Here he is again, looking across goal to see if we can find anything. We're just going to go for a little slap shot, get that corner. We know the two attackers weren't really getting in the box by the time he turns, just because like that. Very close there. Keeper making a wonderful save, but opens up the option. He's coming out this time. Joe Cole with the little poach. Can we find a bit of Roberto Carlos looking for potentially R9 on the overlap? Goes with that. That's not what I want. We're going to hit and hope. Ter Stegen again with a good save. R9 looking for that 1-2 with Martial. Dinks a ball across, and the keeper's going to get there. I really thought he weren't bringing him out to start with then. Would have been an absolute open field for R9 in front of goal. First time cross. That is beautiful. Oh my, what an absolute cracker of a save. Going to try and pick a pass out. Unfortunately, defenders there. That was a stunning save from Ter Stegen. There was no chance that he should be saving that. And I don't think there's really anything I could have done in terms of different there. Countered like an absolute peach. Rivaldo showing his worth on that left wing as well. But you most definitely should have been scoring that one. I think that should have been an easy goal, really. Right in front of goal. Yes, maybe a little bit closer to the keeper, giving him that chance to get the hand to it. But I think anybody, in terms of volley, should 100% be volleying that into the top bins. Oh, lays him in. Smith Rowe with a beautiful finesse. We answer straight back. R9 with the assist, showing that he is just more than a finisher as well. He can actually provide some attacking threat in terms of assisting as well. Going to go with a little over the top. Can we get a little touch? The one thing is with R9, and especially this version, he seems very basic with his shooting. He doesn't seem necessarily massively on the skill side of stuff. He seems very much just kind of running, driven, pass and move kind of player, whereas I think to be fair, even his mid and prime are not necessarily the most skillful player in terms of the dribbling. It's more kind of just generically how he's good at his positioning, he's good at his finishing, and that's really it. That's what kind of makes him that incredible striker, is his finishing. Little dink. First time touch, and Ter Stegen denying Ronaldo to take the lead and obviously get his second goal. Gonna have to try again, try a little bit harder. Finds him again, goes for his left foot instead. Wanted maybe an outside of the foot, not happening. Oh, there it is, it's gotta be. Get a first good touch, he does. Gets the little dink over the top, and that is R9 finished. Beautiful. Looking for the searching ball. Manages to find himself ahead of somebody and instantly gets that assist into Martial. To be fair, he's doing pretty well. I'd say I was kind of well, to be fair, I was expecting him to be actually decent anyway. This year, I feel like he's definitely up there with some of the best strikers on any version. So I was expecting a very, very good player. Can we get a little dink into him? But he is just, expectations are hitting the roof at the moment. Absolutely killing it. Oh, he doesn't. Martial's going to finish that for free. I think we call it there. Beautiful play. Goals, assists, great passing, great movement, good positioning. That's R9 in a nutshell. So going into the overall for R9 then, like I say, coming in at about 1.5, and if we are looking at a difference between obviously the base and the mid, pace-wise and shooting, relatively similar to the mid. He is coming in at 5.5, and the main difference you'll find is obviously he does get a little bit more balance, not by much. Composure goes up by +4, which is always fantastic. We get a decent amount of increase onto his physicality, which is always fantastic. And I think it's just that overall upgrade. Obviously, he's a little bit harder to pack, even though the base, to be fair to him, is still very, very elite level to pack. The mid just becomes that little bit harder. And then obviously, if we do compare him to the prime, a 6 overall increase from the base to the prime, 8.6 mil. You can see why. Again, he's almost like the 0.01% packed, and literally you're gonna get so many coins if you do. Obviously, be careful not to get coin wiped, but in terms of this card then, pace has increased a little bit more. We've then got a 5 on the shooting, only a 4 on the physicality. That is a little bit interesting to see. I really thought that would be a little bit higher. Obviously, we get more on the dribbling. We get a +5 to the balance now, and then obviously a bit more on that composure. But then we also get obviously a little bit more passing. Defending's not really anything, to be fair to him. He's just naturally very, very good at going forward, and I think it is just animation based. Obviously, he does have the 4-4, which is always nice, and it's why I think some people do sometimes prefer a Cruyff to him. He's a 5-5, he's very, very nice, and obviously he is very obtainable, whereas obviously R9, especially the mid and the prime, not many people have 5.5 or 8.6 million coins liquid, let alone trying to go to his moments card, which is always about 15 mil for at least the first couple of months. But overall, if I was looking at the base, I was actually really impressed with him. I felt like he definitely did a job. He knew how to finish. His passing was actually really, really delightful. To say that it's really not in the kind of high rankings. I know he's got his short pass at 82, but everything else is 70s. That really shocked me how good it was. Very basic stuff. I'm not saying that he's through balling across the park, going through 6 defenders, weaving in and out, but in terms of just the consistency of going forward with him was very nice. Linked up with Martial beautifully. Dribbling wise, again, fantastic, and naturally just a good player. I think 6 foot is absolutely spot on for him. He's really, really done well with that. And in terms of just naturally how he plays, he's just an easy striker to get on with. He battles, he gets the ball back. His animations just absolutely make this card. Mixing it in with the finishing, you just got a recipe for disaster against people. Overall wise, I think this R9 as well, I think he's a 10 out of 10. I really kind of thought I'd be coming in here, and I had a preconception that I'm looking at about a 9.5, maybe about a 9.8 if he really impresses, but I think for me, he's definitely a 10 out of 10 striker. Compared to all of the ones I've used so far, I actually really enjoyed playing with this one. Obviously, I do enjoy his mid and his prime as well, and I do follow the order that the prime's the best, mid's second, and base is third, but I was definitely impressed with this card, and I think anybody would be more than happy to have this card in their club. So if you did enjoy the video, make sure you do like and subscribe, and I catch you all tomorrow for the next icon review. Peace.